Cheryl.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, look at you. You've already like transformed.
A little
You got
bit.
a new style going on.
Awesome.
Okay, so everyone, my name is Jay Menz, and I am talking today with one of my 90-day private coaching graduates named Cheryl Ross. And why do I want to say the dog boss?
Because that's what I do. I'm a dog trainer.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're a dog trainer, but like it was like Cheryl Ross, dog boss.
Yeah. So I have one of my taglines and I like sign in my email as like, if your dog has
Okay.
a loss, call Cheryl Ross, the dog boss.
I was like, wait, where? I know I've seen that somewhere, but where is it coming from? So now I'm understanding.
Yeah.
I'm not clever. No. So I think we should just start where did you first like stumble upon Fearful to Fit?
It was on Facebook. I actually got connected with you through my previous coach,
Yes,
Jessica. So,
for business.
hmm yeah.
Yes. And then what was it that you were like, I'm actually going to contact this person?
I was turning 30 and I was like, okay, for like ever, I've always wanted to feel better in my body and I hadn't been able to achieve that with everything I tried. And
Mm-hmm.
as my 30th birthday was coming up, I was like, oh dang,
Oh,
like
dang.
life is changing and I like, why not now?
Yeah.
Wait.
And 30 is a pivotal moment in a woman's life because everything is shifting. Your body, it's like you're married, some people have kids, some people don't have kids. It's like navigating and deciding and choosing and so many choices.
Yeah.
So you're turning 30, and what was it that like, because you said you had tried so many things. So what do you think the missing piece was?
I knew part of it was like the diet piece,
Yeah.
because I tried the working out stuff. I'd tried the beach body. I'd tried, going to the local gym and the group classes and those kinds of things. And I tried like eating healthier or doing diets. And I always felt like whenever I was on a diet that I became more obsessed with food because it was all about what you can't have. And just having followed, your social media for a while and seeing some of your testimonials and I just got more curious. I was like, okay, this does seem like it's a little different, but I'm not really sure how. Um, but it was something I was like, maybe this is the right step. And because I'd worked with a business coach in the past and a therapist in the past, I know that I do well in those coaching type of relationships where I have accountability and I have support and someone like helping me through step by step. So I was like, okay, maybe this is something that would work for me.
When you were talking, I was imagining how it was at the very beginning and like how different you look now. And just because I feel like our first session, you had maybe a ponytail, like it was like a bun, or
Mm-hmm.
something. It was like maybe a bun. And then you may have been wearing like a hooded sweatshirt,
Yeah.
and the room wasn't done behind you.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that you were either about to paint it or you were just painting it. You were
Mm-hmm.
like choosing the color.
Mm-hmm.
And to see the entire transformation, like I'm going to get into that, but it's really, really cool to see.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's really cool to be in that situation.
New
Yeah.
tagline. Cool to see, cool to be. Um, and I can't wait to hear about your stylist and everything because that was like the best graduation gift to yourself, even though it wasn't that from your husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
So cool.
From him. It was like the cherry on top of everything. Like, yeah.
Every woman deserves, and probably every man too, but every woman deserves a makeover when they achieved what they were trying to achieve.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So getting into the nitty gritty,
Yeah.
how much weight did you want to lose at the beginning? And then how much did you end up losing?
Um, I can't remember if I had like a specific number in mind. It was more about how I felt and how I looked when I look in the mirror. I want to say I started the program around 157, 158.
Mm-hmm.
And I am now between like 140, 141. For a
Tiny.
day there, I got down to 139, and then I made some choices and went back up to 140. So, but it's a process. Like I'm continually working my way down, and now I kind of have in my head that I'd like to get to 135. So that's like my next goal.
Oh my gosh. Because
Yeah,
okay, so I how much is that total?
math.
Yeah, that's why I asked you because I was like,
let's,
wait, what?
let's see,
Now the
157.
calculator.
Yes. All right, 16 pounds.
Damn. That
Yeah.
is so much weight.
And I think I messaged you this when we were scheduling this call, is like, I haven't been this light since I was like in puberty.
And
So,
it, when you send that to me, I was like, oh my God. Because whenever I get messages from anyone who I haven't talked to in a long time,
yeah,
I'm always like shocked at because when you're saying this and you're like at this low weight, and then I had another gal, Jenna, who was like lost 20 and then she's gone to now lose 30. And like you're going to do the same thing when you get down to 135. But I hope you feel no, and I don't think you do, but I hope you feel no pressure. Like it's not going to be hard to get there because
yeah,
you know what to do.
exactly. That's the one thing that I was worried about that wouldn't happen after the 90 days. Like I was so worried that it was going to be just like everything else, where it's like, once you stop the program,
Yeah.
everything goes back to normal, and it hasn't been. And so that's the piece where like I have so much more awareness now, and I have the power and the control to make these decisions, and to be aware of like when I used to go on like these binges of like eating a whole bag of Pirates foodie or whatever, and like I just feel like it and I have no idea why. And now I know, I'm like, oh, I'm an emotional eater. I didn't realize that before.
Yeah.
So like I don't feel pressure. I don't feel like it's hard, and I'm actually listening to my body
Mhm.
and feeling, when I eat something now, I'm like, oh, you know what? That's not like, not that I don't feel good. It's just I can feel like that
Mhm.
wasn't a healthier choice. So it
Wow.
makes it so much easier for me the next time I put something in my mouth for it to be healthier, and I feel better. I feel lighter, and it keeps like wanting to head down that path. So I don't feel the pressure like I have to reach a certain number on the scale. I don't feel the pressure of like when I'm choosing food that it's like this big deal like it used to be. It's just it just feels like more part of the routine.
Perfect. You're a star
The
student.
other the other thing that I really got from this program, which I think could be an important piece for somebody listening to this, is like I food was always a hassle for me, like prepping food and deciding and those kinds of things. Like hated time in the kitchen. Like it was just, I hated grocery shopping. I hated prepping food. Anything that was like quick and easy was my thing. And I'm still working on it, but I've come so far in like reframing my mindset around food to where it's like, I don't know if it was a meme that I saw or something where it was said, like food is a meditation. And I was like, huh, that was really like, that kind of struck home for me, where I was like, the process of making food and taking care of your body
Mhm.
can be a form of meditation, like
Sure.
self-care. And so that's what I'm trying to reframe, like continuing to reframe for myself, is that like as I'm taking some time to prep my food, you have to feed yourself.
Mhm.
Like you have to do it every day.
Mhm.
Why not make it something that's more enjoyable? And that's something that like has really been sitting with me recently, is like it can be, and I never thought that I would be that kind of person that would be like, I actually enjoy like putting my food together, and and because I was always so busy with like work and everything, and it was just one of those things that I was like, shove something in your mouth and go.
Mhm.
And now I'm like trying to carve out some time so that I can really like not be rushed or stressed out while I'm prepping my food. And it's made a huge difference for my mental state, I think.
I can't believe what I'm listening to right now. It's your whole aura. everything has changed. I feel confidence coming from you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like, and you feel strong to me, like confident and strong and aware, and you know yourself.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is like everything you're sending me right now. And before it was like you were just in your cocoon, like peeking out of the shell and just, seeing what everyone else is doing out there and then going, nope, and then close back up. And
Yeah.
now I feel like you're just emerged.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really have. Um, yes, I want to know if there was anything else that besides weight and besides, getting to digestion, all that stuff, like was there anything else that you struggled with that you found an impact from?
Um, I think I wrote a couple notes down here so like I would remember too, and it goes in with that too, where it was like the a big impact was like the intuitiveness
Mm,
of eating and really like tapping into what my body is saying. Um, that was a huge piece for me
yeah.
because it had been so like mental and not like mind and body together.
Yes.
Uh,
Hmm.
and I think that's been a huge shift for me. Did that answer your question? I may have like
Yeah. That answered it, but I know that there's more. I know that more shifted and we don't have to go anywhere. But I know that a lot more shifted and I don't know if yeah, we'll just gloss over that part. But do you feel what I'm getting at?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, and if there's something specific you're wanting to get to, feel free to just like directly ask. But I think, like you were saying earlier, a big shift for me is coming into myself, and it's been like this whole process, and this has been a big piece of it. Is like um, learning how to care for myself, learning how to feed my body and feel good in my body, and how that does affect who I am as a person,
Yeah.
uh, has been huge. So there has been a huge shift with that, and I think it's paired with like I'm currently in school for life coaching, integral life coaching, and so I think like in combination with that work and then like the work that I've done with you, like it went hand in hand and has really been evolving me, um, and I definitely am a different person now than when
I
we started
know.
our 90-day program.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And side note, how's business going? Did everything work out with the gal you hired? Is there a new hire? Give me an update on like what is life like now?
Yeah, so business is going well. The trainer that I hired on staff is phenomenal, and things are just like going as they should be, and continually like progressing. So I still have like a lot of things on the burners,
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah, like the workshop.
mhm.
Is that going to happen?
Yeah, actually, so I've just with business, I've reframed how the flow of my clientele comes in. It used to be like individual calls, and that was taking up a lot of my time. So I've adjusted it to a group like seminar
That
type.
is so cool.
So that's how everybody starts now is like I do once a month, I do this big like group thing. All the clients that are interested in potentially working with us, they come in and they learn from us and they get to hear about the programs that we have. And then from there, the ones that are interested reach out and then we begin the process of like individual programs from there. So it's no longer like meeting with every single individual person and whatnot. So
That's a
uh,
time saver.
it's a huge time saver
Yeah.
for myself as well as for all my clients because
Yeah.
they used to be booking just to speak with me like 3 months in advance and having to wait just to speak with me. And so now it's like monthly. So it's better for them, better for me. And so far it's working out pretty well.
Well, and that was the other thing that we worked on because remember we looked at your calendar and I said, okay, well, can we shift things here? And you're like, but everything's planned out for the next 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, well, that works. That's cool. But like, we got to have a few areas in there, like just a little bit of pocket, a little space to create some change because it was like you were going from one activity to the next activity. And I was like, there's no time to even, like, you don't even get time to sit down and chill and enjoy a meal. It was like everything was on the go.
Yeah.
But then creating meals on the go also worked. You just had like a huge transformation and transition over 3 months. And then I think, I don't even know what month it is. It's July 2019.
Yeah.
Were we finished in March?
I think so.
Yeah. So like, I love this next 90-day cycle. And then I'm wondering what's going to happen in October.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what's the next 90 days? And last thing is, so once you hit your 16 pounds, see ya. And then your hub got you personal. Tell about that because it's
a style session. Yeah. Because I think I saw you post about Styled Seattle on Facebook, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hadn't like heard about that. I only seen it on TV, you know, these makeovers. I was like, that sounds super interesting. So I like looked into it, and it was right before my birthday, and I like was like, hint, hint, this would be really cool. I didn't actually think it was going to happen, and he splurged on me and got me a gift certificate for it. And so then I booked it for after our 90 days was finished. Wow. And it was an amazing experience. And just to like have the initial meeting with the stylist and her to get to know like me and what my style might be. You know, you have to create like this Pinterest board of like what styles you're interested in, so she can look at that. And then the second meeting is where like she went shopping for me and like bought all these clothes, and then I got to try them on, and then I just get to buy the ones that I like. And so it was such a great experience because I almost completely got rid of my whole old wardrobe, like almost completely refreshed it, because I had stuff from when I was in high school still, and like
who doesn't?
It's right. Like it was time. Yeah. And and like everything was more like that I used to dress. It was more like functional to be out with dogs and just kind of old and grungy. And so trying to find that balance of like I can dress with some style and look good, and then also have like my outfits for when I'm working with the dogs and getting a little dirty and whatnot.
I think we need like a 5 photo, like all the new outfits, just because, you know, I always see people from here to here, and then I'm always like, what do you look like?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're like, what do you actually look like? I gotta see like a portfolio of all your new outfits and looks. And like, she's like, this is for when you're in the barn with the dogs. This is for when you're lounging with your hub. This is for when you're, you know, all the things. Like, I mean, we don't actually have to do that, but
it would be fun.
It would be fun. Now, is there any last words? Like, say, we talked about this earlier, but say someone is in your same position and they're feeling like they've done everything and they've like, I mean, I could list off all the diet trends, but they feel like there's like, they've had success on some of them and they're almost given up. They've almost just said, screw it, I'm just going to be like this forever. What do you want to say to them?
As you were saying that, what came up was like when we had our first call to like talk about if I wanted to sign up, and the nerves and the me, like I remember feeling when I was talking to you, I'm like, okay, I really need to feel this chick out. Like, is this a scam? Like, am I gonna like drop this money on this program and walk with nothing? And like the more we spoke on the phone, the more I was like, okay, this sounds legit. Like and then I realized like that thought of like, is this a scam? Sure, you want to do your due diligence, but it was more the fear of like, do I really want to commit to this? Because it does take a
Yeah.
commitment. But if you really feel like you're ready for that change, this is it. Like that was the thing that like on that phone call, I remember you, I don't remember exactly what you said, but I remember you giving me that push and you were like, you're ready. And
Yeah.
like, don't let the fear hold you back. And I was like, oh dang.
You're like,
So that's that's the thing is like, you have to, sometimes it's just making the decision to do it.
that's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's everything.
and once you decide, like, go for it, all in. And that's, and it was like challenging at the beginning because we're reframing like patterns and habits and stuff and like changing those things. But your support through that process and like the connection and the accountability that we had through that was like just what I needed to push through. And then it got easier and easier and easier. And now it's just like a part of who I am. So
You beautiful sunshine star. Well, thanks, Cheryl. You heard it here, guys. If we keep talking, I'll probably start crying. It's
Aww.
just so sweet and sincere, and like you're not one to blow smoke.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you for what you do. It's been a life changer for me, for sure.
And anyone listening, if you have an unruly, tell me if this is still your niche. If you have an unruly dog that needs like sweet love well, not like sweet love from another dog, but if you need supreme expert guidance and how to handle the dog, I have heard her talk about her clients, and it's not a business, it's like a heart offering.
Mhm.
So where can they find you?
My website is taketheleaddogtraining.com.
It's perfect. Take the lead. That's perfect. Dogtraining.com.
It's taketheleaddogtraining.com.
Okay. Yeah.
We're also
I
on
wanted to
Facebook.
clarify.
Yeah.
On Facebook, it's same thing.
Take the Lead Dog Training and Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. You guys heard it. You need a dog trainer. You know where to go.
Thank
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Jay. It was great catching up with you again.
Love you, girl.
Love you too.
Bye, sister.
Bye.